Hey guys, this might look a little bit different because of recent videos. And you know what? I've just been here virtue signaling, pretending I have these opinions, but I'm just doing it for you. I don't actually believe these things, so I'm just going to change it up a little bit, okay? This great Australian just wants a little submissive from the Married at First Sight experts. Is that too hard to ask?
All I want is just a submissive wife.
Let's get him another one. Let's get him another, better, younger one. You know, no pushback. Actually, I think what I'm doing now is virtue signaling. Oh, I'll never be able to win.
You want the trash, I got it all for you. Let's rehash the mess together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
Hello, I'm Wilko, and this is Rehashed, and we are back at it again with another episode for MAFS AU Season 13, unlucky for some and sometimes unlucky for me. Can you believe the outrage that my little channel has caused over the past 24 hours? I never knew so many people thought that this homo would be on Team Tyson. It's all so curious to me, and I cannot wait to see how it all turns out. We have one more wedding, I know, to add to the science this episode. It's some gays! How does the right wing of politics feel about homosexuals? When I first started Rehashed, I got told that I was pushing my gay agenda. And it's so good to have some controversy back. But we also have the aftermath of the last episode, the Intruder weddings. Let's start with these two. Juliet was into her Jolmio, wherefore art my Jolmio. And now after his whole performative wedding speech, I guess laying on mummy's lap and getting a back scratch is also a red flag. And to make matters worse, this grown man crouches over to simulate the teddy walking up the stairs. Imagine having this come towards you from a man you just TV married. As if he's one of the hosts on Play School. Look, it's cute to watch if he was doing it to entertain children, but these moves, Joel, are not bringing bedchem with them. I'd also like to note that even though he was the best man, or the best bear, the very creatively named Teddy didn't even go to the wedding or make a best man speech. It was left up to his mum, and we all know what his mum said.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And Joel Mio's thinking, oh honey, crazy. You ain't seen nothing yet. This is just the tip of the crazy iceberg. Wait till you see what's lurking below. He asks her thoughts on a grown man having a teddy, and she says it's not a deal breaker. But she is certainly worried about the one-man show he performed at the wedding. She also just dives straight in to tell him that the speech from mum was also no bueno. The pig comment. You know, where mum ripped into him for being a gluttonous pig. Joel is shocked that anyone would think that that comment was off or think this about his mummy dearest.
She is an angel on this earth.
You're in the arms of an angel. She scratches your hairy back. Oh, and I think Juliet's going to fly away from here. She also calls him out on his wedding speech that he clearly thought was an open mic night at the MAFS Comedy Store. Unfortunately, Juliet didn't hear or feel any real heart in that speech. And Joel thinks maybe he was leaning a little bit too hard into the funny, but she should shut out the outside noise because they are in this together. Juliet is concerned because everyone's faces showed her what she was feeling. I will say though, look, don't worry what everyone else is saying because you wanted a goofball and you got it. Like a very extreme version. But still, MAFS drive-thru got the order right. And there are no returns at this establishment. You just got to figure out now if he's like genuine or not, which is always tricky here. The first night as TV man and wife, they have separate beds, I guess because like a three-way with Teddy on night one might be a little bit too much. It's been a big day. Teddy needs his rest. The next day they're acting very coupley, but Joel is now worried because she was easily influenced by other people's disapproving faces. And she should really get used to that if she wants to be married to this former Fuba driver. But a change of scenery is going to fix everything up. They're on their honeymoon and they're off to
Gold Coast!
Yeah. Oh no. Look, we've had too much trouble with people from the GC this season. Like, guys, don't drink the water there. And if you see a redhead with rolly eyes and a bad attitude, run! Once they hit the GC, Juliet is enjoying Joel, but not wanting to jump his bones just yet. Is it the Teddy? Are you worried about Teddy being jealous? She is going to share a bed with him, but Joel, not the Teddy, but Juliet is wanting to go very slow. and they make a pact. It is trust before lust, which is really sweet. It's not sexy at all when you say it out loud, but trust is a good thing in this show. And a reminder that Teddy got flights to the Gold Coast as well. So you know he's just going to be like the Yoko here, trying to break up the Beatles at all times. Don't worry, Teddy. The science will do all that heavy lifting for you if you want Joel back all to yourself. Joel Mio is specifically into his Juliet's feet. Obviously many other of her features, but like her toes he's invested in. And now Juliet is leaning into his sexy side. In fact, I know you're probably turned on when you saw this too. He did his best Borat impression. Panty dropper. And because it has been some time since her Joel Mio has been intimate with a woman, he had to be given some time.
I had to delay my exit out of the pool, let's say.
Oh, because he pooped? Oh, no, because he had a hard-on. Right, no, I get it. No, it's fine. No, a hard-on's way better than him shitting in the pool. Now, I know we love new shiny things, but I don't want you to think in this episode I would forget about our original Love Lab Rats who are back in the maze with a shady envelope sliding right under their doors. It's congratulating them on their 1-month anniversary, guys! We did it, guys. Oh, my goodness. I mean, hasn't the time flown by? It's just 15 episodes of love. On this envelope, it basically says that they just have to plan a date for each other. Which you know is very scientific. The experts have really phoned it in for this one. Okay, so you know how I made jokes about how Scott should get Gia's daughter's name tattooed on him so he doesn't forget it? And obviously that's crazy because getting a tattoo of someone you just met on MAFS after 1 month would be absolutely insane, but they're doing it! They're even getting matching tattoos. It's a barbed wire. It's a barbed wire heart with 13 in the middle, and 13 is one of the luckiest numbers. Yeah? No? Okay. Yeah, that's why some hotels don't have a 13th floor because they know everyone would want to book that floor and would be disappointed if they couldn't get it, right? Right? But with this very beautiful, tasteful tattoo, they are really setting the pace for the other couples. Matching tattoos are really a different pace to an apartment picnic. I mean, you spend so much time in there. Get outside, guys. And I'll say it again. I do every season. Confetti or rose petals on the floor is just a mess. You just make a mess, and apparently that's meant to be... Is this nice? Is this sexy to anyone? Let me know. Because once you're done, you just have to clean up after that shit, sad little picnic. Also, floor confetti, no matter how much you put down there, isn't making this romantic. Also, why do we have candles with all the lights on? And you can also clearly see how bright it is outside. Are you guys doing this in the daytime? Baggage Beck is gagging for this because no man has ever done this for her, and the bar is low, guys.
I'm falling in love with him.
No, bad, no, shush, shoo, bad love lab rat. No, don't say things like that. Make it stop. Like I can't look away, and I won't, but Danny isn't into this, guys. We can all feel it. Ooh. Also, please note that this task somehow has with Float Your Boat playing Go Fish. Just him subtly getting Rachel ready to dive back into the dating pool when he bails. Well, I guess there are plenty of fish that you could catch in the sea, Rach. Booty and the big fish get an outside picnic. And I mean, look, the backdrop isn't as nice as Beck and Danny's inside curtains, but I guess it's okay. We also get, and guys, we're really lucky for this, a check-in for once with the most perplexing couples of the year, Shattered Dreams and the Bisexual. Julia is celebrating this 1 month of TV wedded bliss with a letter. I mean, Julia, show your love other ways. Like, do an activity or anything that isn't just you, like, speaking. This is not one of your charisma and confidence sessions. And I mean, if like writing letters is your love language, just like let him read it. Not everything has to be a monologue performed by you. Julia starts this with, she says it feels like she's known him for years and they've grown so much together. And Grayson is actually loving where this starts.
However,
oh no. Well, we know however is just a big but, right? And a big but never ends well. She talks about how the burning desire that they have discussed just isn't growing. She says, and let me get this right, okay? And someone go over the transcript, maybe I'm wrong. But I think she says, a flame of mutual chemistry hasn't been ignited. And she also won't force anything. Oh, wow. So I guess it's over. But at the commit me, you were so happy that you kissed him. What's changed with the storyline now? Juliet goes on to say that she must choose herself. Do we just think that she's really disappointed that it wasn't a woman? Did she have this big, like, bisexual with a lesbian match TV love and the experts didn't deliver, so she just doesn't want this? Because from what I can see, it's like she hasn't tried. Again, we haven't seen much. Grayson thanks her for the letter and for her openness. That's kind of you, Grayson. Oh, so much grace. And now the poor guy's just sad. You can actually see that he is sad, though. He calls her out for not making any effort, and she keeps saying the burning desire isn't there. Just another way for her to blame that damn missing spark. Oh, I'm wearing the shirt. But remember, guys, these things are nuanced. Julia says Grayson just isn't her forever person, and the bisexual doubles down, confirming that she has tried her absolute best.
I'm the one that's made this place here a home.
Okay, so Grayson's mad now and he's working through his feelings. Okay, so he goes on. He has supported her needs. He has brought her coffee and she takes no response. That's important in this whole experiment. He has brought her coffee and she takes no responsibility for physically being here, but also not being here. You know what I mean? Grayson feels like his time is wasted because she tippy-toed around instead of being honest. And now I swear to the trash, mess, and drama gods, if they both have like another redemption arc and they both write stay at the next commit me, I'll snap. Beck, now being in love with the Danaconda, is doing anything she can to keep him. Steve Sr. didn't let his Rebecca dress up, but this Danny is all for it. Beck comes out in a French maid outfit, but no accent work or character development, which is really pitiful, Beck. You're going to put all this on, but, you're just going to speak like an Australian. I want some accent work. We also get some really great product placement. Like they've had that coconut milk. They've also had the body rub. And now this one's the most subtle of all of them. 2 giant bags of fried chicken. And during the whole thing, I only see Malusian eat it. Now you're all up to date with my thoughts on where the current couples are at. Let's get our final wedding underway. It is the last wedding. I pinky promise. Okay, I pinky promise with you. We are introduced to Sam from Radelaide. He trains his legs in case he needs to bail on the experiment at a moment's notice. He is a cycle studio owner and he is a gay. The producer also needs to fuck off with saying, oh, I couldn't pick it. Oh, I just couldn't pick it. I assume referring to his gayness not being on full display. Hey, producer, there isn't just one way to be gay. Some of us don't make it our whole personality. I said some of us. Obviously, I'm not talking about me. That's the only thing that I push here on the channel.
The rumors are true.
Oh, just another person making him come out again. Sam says the dating pool in Adelaide is tiny, and he just says it's the same dudes over and over again. And really, that is just the gay experience. He wants real connection, though, not this non-DL looking right now darkroom fun. He wants something long-lasting. And Sam, just like Grindr, MAFS isn't the go-to for connection, baby boy. Also, please let me know if you get any of the gay references I'll be shoving in without lube during the rest of their time on The Science. Apparently, Sam is very picky, and that checks out for a gay who refuses to be realistic. Like, I know you need standards, but like the bar is up really high, and that bar is rock hard, meaning it's not moving. That's what I meant by that. Sometimes you have to start with a lower, softer bar. He wants someone who can be one of the girls, but also go camping and live their broke-back fantasy whenever the fancy hits. This is where Chris comes in. I just have the most broken brain. And I'm so sorry. I wish I could provide to you better content, but this is all I've got. Look at Chris. He's in his husband pleaser riding bareback on... No, actually looking closer, there is a saddle. And he is ready for someone else to mount another horse and ride with him. He is a farmer and... he also owns...
and a gym owner.
I mean, the science seems just a little bit too literal on this one, guys. Like, they both like outdoors and they both own gyms. Like, you're just spoon-feeding it to us now, aren't you? In the MAFS Science Infinite Wisdom, these two are also very far from each other. We also know it's not that simple to just wrap up a business and move. So I think, once again, maybe the experiment is focused on the wrong shit. Sam says he is open and ready to move. We've heard it before. I don't necessarily buy it. Chris has something specific on his MAFS drive-through order. children. Does he want as many as Tyson wants? I don't know. Maybe if he sits down and he asks Sam to bear him 5 children, Sam will have to tell him, I'm a man. I physically can't do that. He would really like to start a family. And if his TV hubby isn't on the same page, then that is gonna be a problem. The way they're really pointing this out, it makes me worry that the science has done us dirty.
I'm pregnant.
Oh, we'll lead with that. That's the real headline here. Finally, gays have figured it out. They can really learn anything off YouTube, and now creation. Tick. Well done, gays. We did it. We did it. Oh, a surrogate. Okay, well, that makes much more sense. But then he says that there are 2 babies on the way. They're on the way already? So he's a donor dad for one of his lesbian friends, and he has a surrogate baby in the works. And now you've decided to find a man? Now's the time? On MAFS, no less? Right this second? I'm not going to tell you how to parent, but I feel like you would be focused on the kid, no? Kids. And we always know how dramatic it is when a single mum has to confess on this show that she is with child to her new TV husband. And now we have the gay storyline with the same setup. Oh, I'm so nervous to tell him I have a kid. Kids on the way. But once again, the science is done and we cannot argue with it now or ever. On the big day, Chris is nervy as hell and Sam will be parentless because they are clearly grey nomads and living their truth traveling around Australia. I don't know if you noticed this, but this would have to be one of the weirdest wedding locations. I think it is a restaurant, but as far as wedding venues go, I don't know. When the families meet, they are comparing notes and the editing is trying to make it very evident. The science, that is. So we cannot deny it later when it all falls apart.
He's tall. Good.
And that is a tick of approval. Tall. Good. God. Gee, some women really hate short men, don't they? He's not even for you. And the turnaround, it seems good, I think. They're both saying that they think the other one is handsome. I don't know if I fully buy it from one of them, but anyway.
I think there's a spark, for sure.
Oh, heavenly spark. Thank you so much today for visiting us. Please stick around as long as you can. When Sam starts his vows, Chris cannot believe the winner the experts have found for him. They seem shook at how close the vows are aligning, but also remember, boys, who coerced the vows? Producer special. Chris cannot stop looking at his family, and it's a little bit different to the way Tyson was with Steph. It's like, can you fucking see what they got me here? Can you see this trophy? I have one, and maybe you don't know, but I could be a little bit biased with this relationship because I am a fagua, just like the boys am, and I'm buying into this. And I shouldn't, because MAFS is always a trap. And we end the I do's with a lip kiss. Thank goodness the gays didn't let me down. Yeah. Something that does feel a tad homophobic from Channel 9 is how small the wedding venue is for the gays versus, let's say, Stella and Phillips do. This feels like more of a COVID wedding. I think there are 3 tables all up, one made of 3, one made of 2, and then the groom's table. Also, they're all facing each other. Like it's the United Nations. There would be zero vibe in this room. Chris is doing his subtle best to find out if Sam is really on board with the babies that he has ordered to his farm. Sadly, nothing is given away, but after the anti-gay-sized wedding was over, now it's time for Chris to reveal his life choices. It's actually weirdly kind of brought up by Sam because he says dating someone a tad older does kind of speed things up in the way of life and family, which he does want. So that's a win there. But does that mean that the kids are coming sooner rather than a tad later?
Oh, if you wanted kids next year, I don't think that would be something that I would be ready for just yet.
Oh, no. And there it is. The MAFS trap. Well, he has not just one, but 2 on the way. And Chris decides... oh, Jesus. And Chris decides that after that comment, it's not the right time to tell old mate. And I think, tell him! What does holding this information do? If the conversation had never come up, then sure. But this is the conversation. It's happening now. Say it now. Chris has convinced himself that the honeymoon is the best time for him to tell him softly. And you can be as soft as you want, buddy, but the news is still going to hit really hard for a guy who's not really planning to have kids just this second. Overnight, the gays, they're not scared to share a bed and just a little peck before they went to sleep. Because Sam wants to take it slow, of course. We know Sam, you don't want to get pregnant too fast. Now, they're headed to Tumby for their honeymoon. Tumby-umby. And it's lovely. It's the Central Coast and that is home for me. It's one of the best places in the world. Would I prefer it over Mudgee for a honeymoon? Absolutely. Over Fiji? No. Beck and Danaconda are still the winners here. At their honeymoon, they are also shown a box, and the gays don't want a box, okay, MAFS? Remember, they made a life choice a long time ago, and no boxes for them. Still, everyone must answer the questions, even though we don't get to see everyone do it. Like, at least make it like a website special. There is a question, though, which is the perfect producer special. What is one thing I should know about you? Sam, you go first. For Sam, it's his independence. That's what's important to him. It's hard to be fully independent when you have kids, because it kind of really becomes about them. And you know what? We know Chris's important thing is, it's babies. Oh, God. And here it comes. Okay, he's going to come clean.
Not going to answer that question.
Wait. Okay, so he says that there's something I have to tell you, but not yet. I think you've just made it so much worse. He could be thinking all manner of things like, in 2006, I murdered a guy. Oh, okay, maybe that's the plan. Make him panic, and then like the whole baby arriving in a few months will seem small fry. Sam is cool about it, surprisingly, from what we see. And he says that Chris will open up when he's ready. That is not how I would react. I'd be like, no, tell me now. You tell me right now. What are you hiding? What is it? Okay, well, generally that was a pretty nice wedding. Very small, but still nice. I am extremely worried about the whole baby thing. I don't know if you planning to have kids and then going on MAFS is smart. Let's check in with Tyson and Stephanie. The missionary man and soon-to-be submissive and non-masked TV bride Stephanie have also done the separate room setup because in the last episode, she wasn't femme enough and also gave some woke vibes. Tyson has awoken this morning and I wish I could just sit here and react to everything that he's saying, but the old copyright won't let me. Still, I need you to watch the episode so you hear everything he is saying and how he says it. He thinks that the expert should have matched him with someone a little more feminine. He wants sweet vibes. And each time he says these things, all I can think of is that like fundamentalist, what were they called? The FLDS thing that I watched on Netflix, where the leader of that just kept telling the women to keep sweet. Actually, is that why he took a Mormon bride on round 1 of marriage? Tyson does concede that he hasn't given it enough time yet. And I think that's a good thing. You know, we can't make snap judgments on this show. Although you did say a lot of things in the last episode, so I feel like our judgments might be bang on. But anyway, sadly, still Steph has the boss bitch vibes that are putting him right off. The boss bitch herself at this stage is thinking that the match is actually a winner, and they're off to Shoalhaven. It's the south coast of New South Wales, and it's absolutely stunning. Still again, budget restraints. It's no Fiji. So they're out to lunch. And I hear these words being uttered from Tyson.
There seems to be a lot of hatred out there. The world needs a lot of healing.
You know what, Tyson? For that, we can agree. If we're talking hate, there is a lot of it. And I think a lot of people need healing, if yesterday's comments are anything to go by. This is this little thing that, like, maybe your mate Trump is like the king of hate. And I use the word king as a compliment to him because I know he wants to be a real one so much. Still, let's not bring politics into it. These two are agreeing on so much of their shared beliefs, and it's good to find someone who gets you. The voiceover robot calls it a shared worldview, which kind of sends a shiver down my spine a little bit. But okay, watching this, I don't know what the room felt like, but watching this, it feels cold. Tyson is very businesslike. With how he sits, there is zero chill vibe. And when Steph asks, what shall we do tonight, he informs her what he might do. Don't know if she's invited on the beach walk or the gym session. Then he talks about his rig. He wants Steph to know that his rig is in need of a lot of maintenance.
You almost don't want to buy it. It's so much maintenance, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what? The cost already outweighs the value for me, so I reckon offload it, Steph. I know I mentioned this last episode, but maybe you've clocked it more this time. He keeps using her name. He keeps saying Steph. and it really puts me off. She asks him a question like, are you shocked that you're still single? And he says, well, with me, Steph. Oh, I can't. I mean, please stop. Then he lets us in on a little observation that he's made. He says he looks at a couple and he says, wow, there really is someone out there for everyone. He clarifies for us, you know when you see someone who might not get a girlfriend? I can't keep up with this guy. Only a minute ago, you were talking about how the world has so much hate. And here you are saying someone you deem wouldn't get a girlfriend gets one, and that's shocking to you. When she asks why he thinks that, he says there could be lots of different reasons. And apparently she should use her imagination. I mean, for every single person who came at me for what I said about Tyson in the last episode, if you're on board with this guy, we don't mesh. We don't go together. That's okay. But this channel ain't for you. Tyson is very clever. He is saying things without saying them. Hard to come for him when he isn't as explicit as someone like Chris Neal. But we all know what you mean, mate. Anyway, like my nan says, there is a plug for every hole. Someone for everyone. Well, maybe Nan was wrong. Maybe not for you, Tyson, because you seem to think too highly of yourself. But no matter how good you look on the outside, your insides seem to be just a little bit too holier than thou.
Here's the thing, Steph. Well, this is how it is, Steph.
Okay, so Steph has picked up on the weird name thing. And then Tyson decides to make a comment on her eating. The Riz is off the charts. I know that the edit would be showing only the worst of this guy, and we get no balance. We don't see any sweetness, but fuck me. The vibe is really off-putting from him. And while Steph is serving daggers for commenting on how she eats, the producers find it the perfect time to drop the honeymoon box on the table to really bring them closer together. The first questions are no matter here because Tyson just goes on about how his home looks like a prize home because of the way he treats it, and people say he's OCD, but maybe that's his superpower. And because he's perfect in so many ways, you should just ask him.
It's funny though, you leave the toilet seat up.
Oh, he's shocked that he does that. The man doesn't accommodate for the woman. That makes sense to me. Steph calls him gross, not to his face, but also she isn't really bringing much to the conversation in the way of questions. They talk old relationships, and Trumpson says that he was in a relationship with a beautiful girl, but her body count was something crazy like 78 or something. Oh, is that crazy? Oh, I feel good about myself tonight. Yeah, no, you're right. 78 is crazy. That's ridiculous. I don't understand what the problem with sex is. But anyway, still, that woman doesn't get to live in the prize home. He booted her out because...
Don't want to get HIV here.
Oh, okay. Fuck off, mate. I just can't with this small brain nitwit anymore. I was already done last episode. People can practice safe sex every day, and you could easily and should easily get a sexual health test regularly, especially when starting with a new partner if you want to play unprotected. We don't need to make this a phys ed class. Okay. And his face when he makes his icky little jokes. Just anyone who thinks this guy is great, I repeat again, this channel isn't for you. No hate. It's just not for you. I do love that he said 78 is a lot of tallywhackers. And I haven't heard that in such a long time, and I can't wait to start calling mine just a little tallywhacker again. I know what you're wondering. What is the ideal body count? And I know someone who has the answer. It would be 0, really, but he also wasn't asking for a virgin because he wanted to be realistic. So I don't understand. Is it 0 virgin or is it I don't know. He calls it dirty when you have a high body count, but mostly if you're a girl. Guys, it's different. And make it make more sense. Because you were mad that she hadn't had any relationships, but you also wanted to have a nil body count. Shut up. But guys can have a higher body count apparently because they have testosterone and they're out being hunters.
She should have more self-control.
She should have more self-control. Okay, just bin him. Bin him. Just bin him. Unplanned bin ceremony coming up. Bye-bye, Tai-Tai. I also know another question that you'd be dying to know. What's his body count? He says 20 to 30. But he also says it could be a lot higher. But he's a man and that's allowed. Steph reveals that she's had sex with 20 different people. Well, I think 20's good. It's less than you. Sadly, she was not in a relationship with most of these people. So let his judgment flow.
You enjoy lust over finding that soulmate.
And remember, you can only have lust if you're a man. Then he can find a soulmate when he pleases. But a little woman, you wait. Soulmate found, then you can have some lust for one man. Now, I know what you're thinking. This lunch went really great, but still the vibe is frosty. Trumpson would much rather be anywhere else, and this guy has seen war, so that's really saying something for him. He also thinks it would be good for him to go to the gym so his TV bride can think about things and ponder, like, where are we at? Which kind of sounds like he's saying, you need to think about what you've done, and I'll come back when you've smartened up. She asks in regards to the frosty vibe, is it the situation, like this whole experiment, or is it just me? And he says,
I'll probably say it's you.
Me?
oh no, it's you, Steph. He plays no part in this. He keeps going on about this whole dominant personality. And this is what I said in the last episode. He says he wanted driven and ambitious, but then he wants a little housewife. So again, make it make sense. Clarity is given. He does want a stay-at-home wife who has a side hustle. Ah, simple. He wants someone submissive, but also driven and ambitious about being submissive. And he certainly doesn't want that someone to even entertain the thought of him being a house husband. Since the wedding, that particular bit has really kind of balled his balls, hasn't it? How dare she even suggest such a thing? It's emasculating. He is nobody's maid because he has someone play maid for him. It's kind of hard to feel for Steph because you wanted him. And now you have him. I'm not sure exactly what you were looking for. It seems like the science was sciencing and you're just not happy that this guy is who you ordered. Tai can't stand the dominance that she's bringing. He also thinks it's great. Don't get him wrong. It's great that she's a businesswoman. Lie. But she comes across as masculine, too masculine. Like, does she? Steph is then a little bit too, yappy with the mouth. And then she says, sounds like it's a you problem. And he says, well, it's actually a you problem. I love how petty these two conservatives are with each other. Guys, maybe woke isn't the problem. Maybe you both are the problem.
And you're missing out on all this, so it's a you problem, not me, sweetheart.
Ah, well, you're missing out on all this, sweetheart. Shut up. That's so good, calling you sweetheart. I love it. And you know what? There is some woman out there who is going to want this life that he is offering. And good for her. But for Steph, I think maybe she's realized that this Trumpson conservative way of life isn't for her. Her biggest fear was probably getting some sort of soy boy, but the heavy cream version is just giving her the shits just as much. When he returns after destroying himself in the muscle pit. Oh, muscle pit. That's a great name for a gay club. Trademark. Tyson returns to apologize, which is a surprise for me. He doesn't like the way that he made that smart-ass remark and he got caught in the moment. So... Is he self-aware? Trumpson would like to start on a clean slate, and he also would like a separate room. So I guess not the cleanest slate. Stupidly, she suggests that he could sleep on the couch, but he's the dom. Submissive sleep on the floor. Have you not seen the movie Pillion? Of course, either of you have not seen the movie Pillion. The big dom will be taking the very big bed, thank you very much. She calls him out on not being very gentlemanlike. Even when he proclaims to be one. And he says it's only because she brought attitude. Get in your corner, submissive girl. I think it's just her mask energy that's really putting him off, guys. Steph has clued in that this guy wants a full-blown, not a full-blown atheist, he wants a full-blown submissive. And when he says submissive, I feel more like a slave. Actually, maybe pair him up with Melusion. When Steph does eventually stop biting her tongue, it's very uncomfortable on the couch for him. Oh, look at him, listening to her thoughts and opinions. Who told her she could have those? Tyson makes it clear that he doesn't want a slave for a wife. I don't know about that. Like, maybe just admit it and you'll find one quicker. You don't need Married at First Sight. Just put something online somewhere. There should be a community for this. And then once again, even though he said he wasn't going to, he brings it back to the whole mask energy thing, which I'm very bored talking about. So submissive versus slave for him. Let's get some clarity. Exactly what does a submissive look like?
The opposite of you.
Oh, that's helpful. Oh, mate, you are so infuriating. He has no idea. He just keeps saying submissive, but he doesn't really have an idea of what that is. But her challenging him on anything, that's the real issue. Trumpson, have you thought about a religious cult? I think this could be a winner for you. You could have a whole bunch of submissives around you. Anyway, they call it a day and he leaves to go to another room. And I'm shocked that he doesn't just quit. But again, the producers probably need him for the next episode because it's the din-dins, and I feel like a lot of people might have different views to this guy. I don't know, it's just a feeling. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we can... You know what? I'm really considering not following MAFS anymore. I don't know. Look, there's so many people who are doing social commentary on MAFS. and I can go and make other content. I don't know. I came back to it this season because I thought it would be fun, and we've done it so many times together before. You know, I love going all the way with you, but I don't know. I actually don't know. This is not a bit. I don't know. It just seems like the same archetypes, tropes, narratives, and then they throw in, and then they make things really mean and nasty, which isn't fun. We can't make fun of stuff that's too mean and nasty. And then they bring in this guy, Tyson, who's there just to really make everyone fucking mad. And it just all seems too rage baity now. I know to a point everything is rage bait, but anyway, if you and I went all the way, I want you to put gay in the comments below. You have my permission. I know that most of you, I would say 99.9% of you, are going to do it with love. And the remaining percentage, thanks for watching. Even though this gay upsets you so much.